Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with a challenge. Now, a little while ago we did a challenge whereby we bought vehicles off the auction house for each other to go racing with. We tried to buy wacky cars and force other people to drive the vehicles that we bought. We got some interesting results. It was quite mad. I have an Alfa Romeo that was barely controllable but was kind of quick from time to time. This video we're going to step further. Rather than buying cars off the auction house, we have built cars to then give to each other to go racing with one rule, two rules actually. First of all, they had to be A-class, and they had to be within 2 PI of the top of A-class. Everything here is between 798 and 800 PI. And the second rule was you were not allowed to touch the tuning for the vehicle. Now, the reason that is because simply you could go and change the camber or the gearbox and make something completely undrivable. And while funny for a while, there also comes a point when everything's going to drive equally awfully, whereas this way you've had to be clever with how you build your cars. So we've got all sorts of vehicles. This Golf, by the looks of it, has got some drift suspension on it. Probably a lot of power going through the rear wheels. The Velociraptor is just a terrible A-class car. Kind of sensible, though, in some regards in this. I think it's got 1,000 horsepower, which is not sensible, but you know, it's a little bit more sensible something. We've got an 850R, also looks like it's on drift suspension. I am been given a Willys Jeep that has 3 gears and tops out at 120. It is actually quite good driving compared to everything. At a tight circuit, twisty circuit, I think it might do well, but elsewhere probably not so much. We've got very powerful muscle cars with probably open diffs. We've got a very powerful Toyota that's not going to have any grip. Or we've got classic American cars that are going to have no brakes or front end grip, or probably rear end grip. Something's rolled away. You've forgotten the handbrake. Maybe the handbrake doesn't work on the Dingo Bug. I'd be worried about how that's going to handle. We've got a Bel Air with 2 gears. Sure. We've got a very, very low Impala. Now, the car I built, this was the Lotus 11 over here. I was a bit nasty with this. 770 horsepower. As big a front tires as I could get. Downforce at the front. The aim trying to get the front end to turn in. And the back end has no grip. It's near undrivable, which is what we want. And a Renault 5 that's understeer central. Pretty much, or apparently so anyway. It's an interesting lot, really. Who knows what's going to happen here? So, for our first race, we have come to the Edinburgh Station Circuit, where, I mean, if there's a track that this vehicle is going to do well at, I think this might be the one, possibly. I'm limited in terms of top speed with this, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem around this circuit. It's not great handling and everything, but I don't know. We're all-wheel drive, so we have the traction. We will actually be able to use the power we have in this. I think about 600 horsepower, so we can use that, which is something. We should be quite quick off the line, to be honest with you. We'll see how it goes. The Volvo doesn't move. Nothing else around us really moves. The Velociraptor, the Velociraptor is 1,000 horsepower, is kind of sensible in some ways. The Renault 5 is kind of sensible as well. It understeers like a cross-channel ferry, I think, was the idea behind that build. We'll have to wait and see, though, really. You don't want to get ensnared in traffic if you can help it around here. We've not had a terrible start. God, the understeer on this is chronic. It feels like there's no suspension. I imagine it might be on standard suspension, actually. That makes sense. These didn't have any suspension, really, did they, when they were built? I think if I remember right, they weren't designed for comfort, shall we say, the Willys Jeep. It was not designed with comfort in mind. I'm pretty sure they didn't have any suspension or had really crap. Anyway, I digress quite a lot. We've come out of all of this in a 3rd position. Oh, bloody hell, we're out of gears. There goes an Impega in a Bel Air. It might only have 2 gears, but has a hell of a lot more straight line speed than I do. But it doesn't turn either. That's off into the wall. Little Willys Jeep of goodness. We will move up into 2nd place, and then we will understeer a little bit through here. Not much I can do about that. Just... That's a terrifying... I mean, I'm basically driving this like a 1-gear vehicle, nearly. Oh, no, not stopping there. Christ, I bet it's on standard brakes as well. That's nothing. Don't feed... I mean, they didn't feed me into the wall. That's not a place I want to be. We're on the outside still. Oh, can I go around the outside of a Velociraptor? Do I want to be on the outside of a Velociraptor is a better question there. The answer is no, I do not. I went to change up a gear. It was pointless. Yeah, honestly, I could probably leave it in 3rd the entire way around and it would be good. We're going to duck underneath. Come on. Get past this Velociraptor. We can't match the Bel Air. This is alarming for me because this is the stuff that my car should be good at. And it's not. Uh-oh, here comes Blakey with a Falcon, I think that is. Probably of many powers and not much control. Yep. Oh, we died by way of a Velociraptor. Not that that's going to do very much to the biggest vehicle, by far the heaviest vehicle here. I might have one of the lightest. I know the Lotus 11's lighter, but the Woody Jeep is very light, so we got one of the lightest vehicles clonking against one of the heaviest. Please stop. That corner there is really bad for me. Oh! So the two all-wheel drive, and I think the only two all-wheel drive vehicles here are having a fantastic battle. Oh, currently 4th place. We'll go with... Oh, no. That's a railing. Get out of that. Oh. I feel like I'm letting the car down here. I feel like I could be doing better. I definitely feel like I'm a little faster than the Velociraptor. Not much, but I'm a little faster than it. Now we've got the battle of the Falcon. Oh, the Falcon may have got a little bit of a squeeze, unintentional perhaps, from the Velociraptor there. It certainly did get a squeeze on the inside. It's always risky going for that inside line through there, and yeah, that's unfortunate for Blakey. Oh, come on. We're going to have a couple more laps to try. Glisson got to 3rd, but hasn't really gone anywhere with the Toyota. Impega is actually catching the leader out there. The Bel Air is going kind of well. I mean, it's still got a big chunk of time, but it made up about half a second. It got down to 2.5 seconds, although it's definitely catching. Well, both me and the Velociraptor are kind of keeping the Toyota honest here. Can we get this to the inside down here? Might work for me. No, I should leave it in 3rd, really, through there. We have got the pass on the Velociraptor completed. Fantastic stuff. Now, can I do anything about the Toyota? It's understeered very wide through all of that. We might be able to have a dive up the inside. We do, and we get it stopped just. It's not going to matter so much in that we'll get past here, but we're on to a long straight. Although we get out, of course, we get onto the straight with good traction. Here comes the Toyota. I run out of gears massively here. I mean, we moved across early. We held our line. I think that was perfectly fair defence. It wasn't a last-minute swerve. To be fair, I don't think Liska intended to follow me necessarily. I think there might have just been wheel spin from the Toyota, and that's where it went. That does happen sometimes with those sort of cars. This thing feels almost front-wheel drive in places, I'm not going to lie. The power, it's so... Maybe it's the diff, actually. That would explain some of it. Oh, that's a big dive. That's fair play. Came from a long way back, but did get it stopped. See, I just have so bad turning and terrible brakes. So this would be, I presume, stock diff, stock brakes. It is on upgraded tyres, but still, we're not going to be able to do it. We have to have dove there if we were to beat the Toyota across the finish line, I should think. Unless it has a really big wiggle down the back straight here, which it doesn't, sadly. No, it's got it. I think. Oh no, you see, up to 120. It's so annoying. Up to 120, this thing's really quick, but it just buzzes that limit. That's such an annoying thing to do with your build. Can Gliska get it around the final corner? They do. Good race. That's a really good race over 3rd. Really good race over 3rd. I didn't actually see who won in the end. I'll take that 4th, though. It was Longbow took victory. Impega in 2nd. Very close between them. There's a field of their own around that track, the Renault 5 and the Bel Air. My lap time wasn't great. Blakey was quite quick with that Falcon. Okay, good start. So we next head to the Lakehurst Copse circuit. Oh dear, is what I am thinking here. We might lead briefly. Might lead onto the back straight. Now, there are some high-speed corners that maybe some different vehicles are going to come undone at. I think I'm going to be one of them. Actually, I'm not going to be going fast enough to come undone at any high-speed corner, so... Oh, we're not the worst vehicle here, but we're definitely not going to be fighting up at the front in this one. The low-speed stuff at the start of the lap I'm going to like. That's about all I have going for me here, is that the low-speed stuff we're quite good at. We won't run out of gears... Well, we might run out of gears towards turn 1, but it shouldn't really affect us off the initial launch. Bloody hell, I mean the Ford Coupe is already going sideways down towards here. Snapped something chronic. I mean, if we can build a nice big lead early on, maybe while everyone else is scrapping in Ghost when they come out of Ghost mode, you know, we'll take our opportunities when we can get them here. I don't think I've got an answer for that Renault 5. I think, yes, I have... The Renault 5 has massive understeer, but I run out of gears. I mean, I'm out of gears now. That's a bigger problem. We're at 115 and we're buzzing the limiter. Here comes the Renault. I'm like a slow-moving chicane, although everything's have to slow down through there a little bit. Hello, Renault. You might be twitchy and horrible to drive, but I bet you're better than me. Oh, I defended a bit too hard, and it was a textbook cutback from the Renault in all of that. Yeah, we've kind of got some acceleration, but that's it, really. I apologise to all those listening and having to put up with just the constant bouncing off the limiter whenever we get to a straight. Oh, and there goes Impega. There's nothing I can even do about that one. So not only do we have the chronic understeer that a few of the other cars are plagued with here, we also run out of gears. Awfully. Just really annoyingly. Hello, goodbye. The only thing that might have going for me here is that you're not going to like really getting through these corners. Getting out of those corners is the problem, although it's also a problem for me because I understeer like a ferry as well. Impega's up to the lead with a 2-speed Bel Air there. And it's quite impressive. I guess that the gears are so long in that it's still able to... Oh, maybe even the long gears help that car because it's got very long gears. Maybe that helps it control its power a little bit. We're into the limiter again, and here comes a familiar sight from the last race we had. I don't know why I'm lifting. I actually do have to lift a lot through there. Gee, Blakey, that was brave. On the outside of a Velociraptor through one of the fastest, toughest corners in Horizon 4, certainly on their normal circuit. That is some bravery right there, and it worked. Credit where it is due. It did work. But, yeah, I would not have wanted to put my vehicle there, I can tell you that much. The really annoying thing is that we can defend all we like through here, and it is just so irrelevant. Because we're about to go onto this bloody straight. And we're going to go, oh, well, I mean, Blakey is going to find a way past sooner rather than later, I should imagine. I might have ended up across in front of that car a little bit, but... although Blakey's then gone and made an absolute mess of turn 1 and 2. You know what? It's a gift. We will not squander gifted positions when they arrive. I really think the Velociraptor is what I'm racing here. Okay, it's fine. Got a little bit wide. Yeah, Velociraptor is really what we're racing here. Missed checkpoint for someone further back. That's fine. Blakey is inevitably going to come soaring past us, just with that top speed advantage. There's nothing I can fight back against. It's just, I say it's a shame. I mean, I could deal with the lack of top speed if we were really, really good in the corners, but we're terrible in the corners as well. I mean, we're not the worst in the corners, but we are really understeery, so... yeah, we can't even do anything there. That's going to be very close to the wall. Still, we just understeer our way through all of that. Is the Velociraptor. The only plus point, yeah, is the Velociraptor's also terrible through the corners. In fact, if anything, the Velociraptor's slightly worse than me, so it kind of evens out. It is quite spread out. There's some good battles going on. Like, most vehicles have found something they can race with at least, which is something. I mean, we're constantly worrying about the Velociraptor in this one. When we did this last time, it was... when we bought cars at the auction house, it was closer. Please turn. No, okay, we're really not gonna turn, are we? Oh, the Velociraptor has pounced, and that might be that passed for the, well, for good, basically. That might be the race. As I don't know if we're going to have... I mean, we might catch it through the twisty section. This is what we're going to hope for here. Come on, Velociraptor. Struggle with understeer, please. We need it to be really bad with the understeer if we're going to look for it. We're still 6, which isn't too terrible. We might dump out of the race, mind you, so far back from the Bel Air and Renault 5 in all of this. We might... oh, I wanted to try and send out the inside there, but there was never going to be a space, annoyingly, for... even for a little Jeep, there was not going to be the space. Oh, Velociraptor has been slow through that one. Here we go. We're into the limiter. God damn it. We got past. It's into the limiter. The Velociraptor's going to be careful through here because that's a horrible corner to take when you're side by side with something. I also have to be careful. I didn't want to get sideswiped by a Velociraptor trying to find some space through all of that. It's into these first corners quite well. I was playing that one so risky with the checkpoint. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, God, the front end just doesn't turn. Honestly, the Velociraptor turns better than me, and that's scary. I have initial acceleration on the big thing, but just because of the lack of weight in mine. No! Gearbox away. Danger Man's got the near uncontrollable, undrivable Lotus up to 7th. I mean, that thing has got the highest, technically, well, it's got the highest top speed according to the game's benchmark. Sometimes it says failed, sometimes it says 230 miles an hour. So, I mean, if you can control it, it's probably the fastest thing in a straight line here. Loads 11 is, well, very slippery in terms of a shape and has a lot of power, but it's also nigh on impossible to keep it from spinning. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All we need to be is close enough to have a dive somewhere, which we are not quite going to be. We're going to lose out to the Velociraptor this time around. We might have beaten it on the streets, but at this circuit, we cannot match that vehicle. It was close, tantalisingly so, but it'll have to be 6th place. We did get at least a finish. We didn't dump out of it, which is something. Whew. Wow, okay, lap time wise we were really struggling. Everything was better than, well, not everything, but most were better. Most were better, but at least I was easy enough to drive. So we head next to the Broadway Village Circuit, where I might not be too bad. Ooh, I don't really want to be this far back. Velociraptor starts behind me. The 2 fastest starting cars are at the back. There's a long start-finish straight. We will buzz the limiter for a fair bit down there, but some of the twistier sections might not be too bad. I think we can kind of forget about the Bel Air, and I think we can kind of forget about the Renault 5. I think the pair of them are just about too quick everywhere. They're not easy to drive. Nothing here is easy to drive whatsoever, but they are the best of a bad bunch of cars. Outside of that, the Toyota is very fast, but it is difficult to drive. We'll have to see whether it's controllable around here or not. Yeah, well, I guess we will just have to wait and see, really, on this one. This circuit might work better for me, or might not. My understeer might be a little bit too bad. The Dingo Bug led briefly, but quickly fell back. It's actually been a good start for the Ford. We haven't seen the coupe running all that high up so far. So it is to the inside of me here. Ford gets massive understeer. Well, we're going to give the Ford a little bit of a helping hand. See, this corner here is where I might be quite strong if I hadn't got pushed wide. I don't think it was the Dingo Bug's fault. I think it got pushed as well into that one. Yeah, that corner we might be relatively fast at. There goes the Dingo Bug up the inside. Can't stop. We will not feed it into the wall, but we will get by. We have a little bit of a brush, and then we buzz the limiter. So infuriating. I'm the one person. Oh, the Dingo Bug does not look fun down there. I'm the one person with like real gearing problems in this one. I guess, you know, we have all-wheel drive and that stuff to make up for it, and not the worst handling in the world. But the Dingo Bug doesn't want to be a 4-wheel. It wants to be a Morgan 3-wheeler. That's what the Dingo Bug wants to be around here. Oh, Blakey's having a look. I forgot about that car being relatively sensible. I mean, we are talking in very, very relative terms here about levels of sensibleness. Oh, Dingo Bug got a bit brave to the inside there. Didn't intend to squish. Didn't expect there to be a car up the inside, to be honest with you. We cannot get stopped at all down there. Oh, the Falcon can't use any of its power. It's just sat and spun the wheels for almost all of that uphill section. We are around the final corner. I mean, this is where we can use our acceleration. Oh, and even better news is the Velociraptor's got ahead. Dingo Bug's going to come flying back past. God knows how much power that's got. I presume it has a flat 6 engine of some description in that. That would explain its unbelievable straight line speed. Could have a flat 4 turbo rally or something. I can't remember what goes in that vehicle. Whatever it is, it's mighty fast, and it seems to be working at this track. It hasn't worked elsewhere yet, or it seems to be working better at this track. It hasn't worked elsewhere in this kind of mini, well, this series of races, shall we say? I say mini series, but in this, yeah, challenge, it has so far been a fair way back. Come on. Maybe I didn't want first out of all of that, to be honest with you. There's actually a big group of cars. The group back here is a lot closer. The front 2 are gone. The Toyota is in a very lonely third. I had hoped we might match it here, but we lose too much time down this start-finish straight, really. I think it's that and the understeer. The understeer is just a little too great in the Jeep to really make up make up enough lap time elsewhere. But at least it is consistent. You don't really, well, say that. Yeah, kind of it is. I know what it's going to do every time I get to a corner. I just know it's not going to turn. So we might occasionally understeer a bit more than I expect to, but otherwise it is relatively, I know what's going to happen, and it doesn't try and murder you, it's just slow. Which is just sometimes nice. Sometimes nice. The Dingo Bug might have actually got, oh yeah, the Dingo Bug is up a position that might play a part in this before the end. Possibly. Oh no, my rear gunner's gone. The Velociraptor, I think, missed a checkpoint. And I've missed my braking. Typically, as I said about being consistent, I mean, that's on me, not the car as such. I'm just trying to... I know I'm in trouble at the moment. Maybe in trouble. The Velociraptor has missed that checkpoint. It is now a long way gone. Thankfully, yeah, our traction is good enough out of that final corner that we are far enough away. I'm still worried about their straight line speed. Both the Dingo Bug and the Falcon, Chris and Blakey's cars, are both quite a lot faster than me down. Thankfully, the start-finish line is relatively close to the exit of the final corner. It needs to be. That's about the only chance I have here. Oh, Blakey is on the march. Now we know... Oh, clonk. Well, I have to accept that. We know that Falcon is terrible out of here. In comparison, I can use all of my power. The Falcon can't. And we can pull a gap. Oh, this is going to be really close. This is going to be really close. I've got to get this final corner spot on. We do so far. Here we go. Jeep. Oh, yeah, it's done. We're fine. Blakey made a mistake into the final corner anyway. Whew. I'll take it. I'll take another 4th place for the Jeep. Buzzing the limiter all the way. But a solid 4th place. Yeah, can't match the top lot. Blakey was very quick, but that car, I guess Blakey was very quick but difficult to drive, and that was the problem. For the Falcon, my vehicle wasn't quick, but it was consistent. The Dingo Bug did better around here. Velociraptor did a little unlucky, missing the checkpoint. Again, we're getting a decent-ish finishes, just not, you know, not quite good enough. For our final race, we have come to the Bamburgh Coast Circuit. I know it's going to be pain as well. It's going to be buzz the limiter pretty much as we leave the final corner, I should think, here. It's not going to be great for me. We might lead briefly, and then everything's going to come flying past us by the end of lap 1. We're probably going to fight with a Velociraptor again, I would imagine. Who knows? The Lotus 11 starts on pole. It won't stay there. It doesn't launch very well. I built that car mean. That is a mean. It's quick if you can somehow survive it. But it is not easy to keep it together. Right, we will lead the way through the first corner. We look at the wonderful gap that we can build. I mean, through here we're really not all that bad. I mean, the understeer plays its part, but at least we've got, you know, the traction and everything. We'll be fine for half a lap. Like around here, we'll probably be up there with some of the faster cars. Not them two. We ignore them two. Them two are a bit too quick, really. Oh. God, yeah, because they can actually carry more speed through there than I can, and then have actual top end, and I don't. The Lotus is twitching and trying to murder the Danger Man as it heads towards the final corner, but if any of that power does get used, it will be very, very quick. I mean, this circuit is about as bad as it gets for me, I should think. Outside of being an outright drag race, this circuit is as bad. The Bamburgh Coast Circuit is one of the tracks that does tend to work more. They tend to favour the power cars. I mean, Danger Man has got to try and keep control of that over the crest. I might not even be in visual range to see what happens to the Lotus over the crest. Oh, it did have a death. It's still having a death. Just follow the plume of smoke and you'll find a Lotus 11, I think, there. Blakey moves up a position but runs wide. Don't know whether they got the checkpoint or not through all of that. We bounce over the curbs. Oh, Blakey did miss the checkpoint. That's unfortunate. There's a good dive, but just couldn't gather it all back up again. I mean, I half attempted to have just a dive bomb on the Velociraptor. It doesn't work. Not got the brakes even to make that happen. No, I fear this race is going to start slipping away from us. Possibly. We are falling down the order into the clutches. I mean, Ewan was the one actually that built this Jeep for me, so we might be up against a vehicle's creator soon. Oh, Lado is having a good crack at getting past the Ford. Might do it around here. We'll lose out down the start-finish straight. I mean, we're back up to this group. Oh, no, we're not if I do that, though. Oh, the understeer. Oh, the understeer caught me up there. And in the limiter. If I lasso a Velociraptor, could you tow me down the straight? Or Clark, could you... Oh, hello, Ewan. Thank you. Yes, I have no straight line speed. I do feel rather nerfed down here. I'm not going to lie. Everything with there, so I've got 1,500 horsepower, 1,800 horsepower, all of that, and everything else has got half sensible gears. And then there's me. My lack of power is fine. Oh, Ewan has a lot of understeer, funnily enough, in the front wheel drive Volvo. Oh. Oh, no, don't get held up here. This is what we need to be able to use. Oh, might have been a little bit of a lag ping on Clark. I do apologise if that did. It's like we were alongside and the car just suddenly violently pinged away, which suggested maybe a little bit of a lag ping. I mean, you can see I had nothing to do with it. Oh, Clark, I'm soaring past. We got to fight back under brakes here. We do hold it. No, we don't. Good cutback from the Impala. We're now fighting with the Ford, which I won't go around the outside of. We might be able to duck underneath it, though. I mean, we can, but it's also academic because we get past and everything goes back past us again. We'll alert to you two as well. The Dingo Bug's having a bad time and Blakey missed a checkpoint, so we're not quite live. The Dingo Bug could have missed a checkpoint as well. Oh, come on, Jeep. We can maybe make something happen here. Really, the only thing I think we stand a chance of beating is the Ford, or maybe the Volvo if it continues to make mistakes. Or Danger Man may miss a checkpoint yet and crash the Lotus. There is always that possibility. As in fact, as demonstrated up ahead, Danger Man is currently crashing the Lotus but has got it back together again. The Ford is to the inside. I mean, that thing's got more turning than I do. That's how bad the understeer in this Jeep is. Danger Man's got a big wiggle across the road. Blakey's caught up! Oh, God. Well, there goes the chance of beating that car. Gone, because that is easily going to pass us. Danger Man's had a bad lap with the Lotus. That's the thing with the 11. Like, you can hold it together for a lap. It's very quick, but there's another lap where you probably don't hold it together. Oh, and then it's going to beat me to the line again. No, it's so annoying. I mean, I say quite now though. When we do the versus the community, the team adventures, I do tend to build. Oh, I have not always. Of late, I've mixed it up, but I have often had the handling car against a bunch of power cars, and this is the worst example of this I think I've ever had. For different reasons, Ewan managed to miss the checkpoint at turn 1. That gives me some crumb of comfort. We will beat the Volvo at least. Nope, we run very wide. We won't beat anything else though, I don't think, unless bizarro stuff happens. Oh, Clark missed a checkpoint as well, I presume. That's the only reason I think the Impala's back there. Hopefully we can hold on just enough and beat that. It looks like it is going to be a similar 1, 2, 3 in this one. It's going to go the way of the Bel Air. We might not finish. It's going to be close whether we make it to the finish line here. Yeah, the Bel Air and Renault 5 definitely the best built cars. The Toyota fairly consistent in third. Difficult, as I said, they're all difficult to drive. The Toyota had a lot of power and not much grip, but enough grip to be usable. It's going to be fourth for the Velociraptor. That's a great showing for that around here. And we are going to trundle across the line in not 8th. No, we're going to finish 9th because that thing's going to beat us. God damn it. Oh, we didn't even finish. Didn't cross the line. Damn it. Oh, the poor Jeep. Well, there we go. As far as building cars for each other goes. I was mean with the Lotus. That thing was very, very difficult to drive. Ewan was very mean with my Jeep. It could have been so good, and it just wasn't because the gearing was awful. We just buzzed the limiter. It could be competitive at the right circuit. The all-wheel drive helped it a little bit, saved it a little bit. It was good fun. Wasn't perhaps quite as close as I would have liked. Surprisingly, the bought cars, I think maybe because we could build them wonkier than the bought cars were, to an extent anyway. But yeah, it wasn't quite as close. However, there was still some good fun, wacky racing to be had. And at the end of the day, that is what matters. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, though, goodbye.